Hey everybody, so it's day 6 and today is a total juice day. So I'm kind of excited to see how my body does with this. I have been getting a little bit lightheaded the last couple days. Not a bunch, but like usually right before dinner when I have my biggest headache, or a little bit after dinner, like when I'm getting ready to go to bed. And then like this morning I was a little bit lightheaded, but I've taken my sugar a couple of those times and they're fine. So it's just my body, I guess. So today is Sporty Spice breakfast, which is actually made this. I know it's separated, but it's because I froze it. So your juices will look a little bit different when you freeze them. So this is going to be my breakfast. And then mid-morning I have coconut water. And then at lunch I have a mean green, which so the way that he does it is you have a breakfast, but you only have like half of it, and then you have it for an afternoon snack, and then you have your lunch and you have that for dinner as well. So this juice here is like 2 meals. I guess a meal and a snack. Here you go, a meal and a snack. And then this one, the mean green, is the meal and the snack. And then for your dessert, this is one of my favorite juices ever. I love it with peaches, but unfortunately they're not in season whatsoever, so I had to use pears. It's the Peach or Pear Delight, and that looks like this. It's kind of like I don't know, a really weird, like mauve-y pink. It's really cool looking, but it tastes amazing. So those are my juices for today. I also made that one last night just in case. I am cleaning a house today, so that like will require like more energy than what I normally expend in a day for an extra 2 hours. So if I need that and I'm just starving to death, well, I'll just down that juice. Today's calories are like 1206, so it's the lowest day in the whole plan actually. So I'll just kind of play it by ear. So I wanted to tell you too about the supplements that I'm taking right now. Now that I've started juice only, we're just a few days away from Friday, so I will order stuff like all natural medicines to, I guess they're not really medicines, they're supplements, all natural supplements to help remove H. pylori. I don't know that I have it, but pretty much everybody has it. It's just if it's really active and like kind of overgrown. And so I'm going to just take precautionary measures anyway. And there was a lady on YouTube that said that these 2 things worked really well. It was oregano oil was one of them, but I have the other one written down here. Hang on. Okay, so the other one was mastic gum. And she took 500 milligrams 2 times a day for a month. And then she took 500 milligrams once a day for 1 month. So I'm going to do this mastic gum along with the wild oregano oil, and she used 4 drops of that dissolved in 1 teaspoon of extra virgin olive oil for 2 weeks, twice a day. And then she took a 2-week break, and then she went back on again for 2 weeks, twice a day. So I am going to try those 2 just in case I have H. pylori and I don't realize it. The doctors around here are not open to any of these home remedies, supplements, using extracts, roots, and whatever. So it's not going to hurt me to take it. So I'm just going to take it and see how that works. So what I take is this natural B12. Everybody should be taking B12. It doesn't matter if you're a vegan or if you're not. B12 is only found in bacteria that's in the soil. So when the animals eat the bacteria, it supposedly goes into their meat, but now meat is sprayed with like ammonia and chlorine and stuff like that. So it's probably killing anything that you have anyway. So B12, and you can't get too much of this. You'll just pee out the rest of it. So I take 5,000 micrograms of the methylcobalamin, but Dr. Greger says you can take the one that starts with the C, Sinocol, I don't know. But if you look, any B12 he said will work, and you don't need as much as I take. I just take more because I do. Vitamin D. This is the vitamin D that I'm taking at the moment. I'm trying to get it there. This one doesn't upset my system. It's put in olive oil instead of corn oil. So I like that. And I have to take, at this point, I'm taking 20,000 units a day. You do have to get your vitamin D tested before you start taking like loads of supplements. Like I take way more than what normal people would have to take. But I was taking 30,000 and I just got my labs done and I was at like, the cutoff is 80 and I was at like 91. So we're cutting back on that now that I'm like full of vitamin D. So make sure you get your vitamin D tested before you take like larger amounts because it can build up in your system and cause toxicity. The other thing that I'm taking is L-glutamine. And I am going to be adding quercetin too. That's one of my things on order. L-glutamine has been shown to actually repair the wall of your intestines and stuff like that. So I've been taking that and I will continually take that for this whole entire month. I might just leave it as a supplement for me. It just kind of depends on how this whole reboot goes. So that's kind of what I'm taking at the moment, what I plan on taking, and all my juices for the day. Today I weighed 171.3, so I was down like exactly a pound. Bowel movement was freaking awesome. So I'm super excited. Actually, I know it sounds really weird, but like when you've had so many issues like I have, like the weirdest things make you happy. So I will check in with you guys at dinner time to tell you how my day went and how starving and like how all my symptoms and stuff are feeling. But I'm feeling good this morning. I don't feel hungry, but I feel kind of thirsty hungry, if that makes sense. A little dehydrated, so I'm definitely looking forward to my morning juice. So I will catch you at dinner time. I gotta tell you this funny story. I had my mean green, but like the big quart jar. I brought it to work with me. I open it up. They asked me, what is this? And I said, oh, well, it's Joe's Mean Green. And as I unscrew the lid and I pull off the lid, the jar decided to just like explode and break. So it didn't really like, all the contents exploded, but the jar just like cracked all the way down the whole side. Like it was just so funky. But like, green juice was like all over the table and all over me, the floor, which was carpet in there. And I was just like, I just stood there like I didn't even know what to do. Everyone's like stopping with napkins and I'm just standing there in like complete shock that my whole lunch just like spilled everywhere and including me. And I was freaking soaked from like my stomach all the way down to my knees. So that was very interesting. It definitely was a very mean green juice. So this is the rest of it. I just got home and so I had to clean a house today because I wasn't able to do it Monday, but I was hungry. I'm like, what the heck am I going to eat? So luckily I brought my afternoon juice snack and my coconut water. I still had that. So basically that's all I drank. So I'm drinking this now. It's like 4 o'clock, but like, I'm not sure what I'm going to do for dinner. I did make that spare juice, I guess. I was kind of hoping to keep it longer than the next day, but yeah, so whatever. So of course I posted picture after I cleaned myself up, but was still very wet. I cleaned myself up and posted a picture on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. So Instagram, no, Twitter, I'm Fit Farming Mama. So you can look me up on Twitter there and you should be able to see the picture of that. But it was just freaking crazy. But that was my exciting day. My stomach's been kind of like, I wouldn't say I'm really hungry, but more like cramping a little bit. I mean, it's not uncomfortable. It's just like, hey, it's time to eat. Yeah. This is a new outfit that I got. Not really, it's new to me. It's used, pants and all, size 12 pants and this shirt, and then I like this pullover. This is kind of like a dark aqua. You can't really see it in here. It looks blue, but we have a clothing store next door that is called the Chafa Shop, which is Christ Hands and Feet in Action. And they have clothing there that people can kind of swap for clothing that they bring in. So even though they weren't open today, one of the ladies who comes and eats lunch with me had a key, and so she let me in, and I got some clean clothes because even though it's 12 outside, it's still very cold when you're completely drenched and wet, and I still had to go clean that guy's house, and so I was just like, this is not happening to me. But I think what I'm going to do tomorrow is when I weigh myself, I think I'm going to, since I'm kind of at the beginning of this, I should have done this the first day, but I didn't. When I weigh myself, I'm going to use the scales like BMI, water, muscle, bone, doohickeys. I don't even know what to call them. Settings that are on there, and kind of do that and see like what my bone density is versus like muscles and blah blah blah, so that when I get done with these now 15 or 25 more days, I guess, I can't even count, I don't do math after 10 o'clock and I don't wake up till 9. So 25 of these 25 more days, then I will do it again and kind of see if I can find out how much was actually fat burned off me, because I'm losing like a pound a day. So I'm going to see how much was actually fat and how much of that was muscle. I will say that cleaning the house today, I was kind of like almost exhausted in a way. So, but obviously I didn't have my whole big lunch can jar of, a whole quart. I was like, yeah, it was just craziness. But I'm going to test all my jars before I bring them to work from now on. This is the second jar of mine that's broke, so I don't know. It's craziness. But now that I'm juicing and stuff, I think I'm going to do like what I'm going to call juice talk, and I will upload a separate video on like talking about specific things that come up throughout the day, like electrolytes and stuff like that, and following a program and stuff like that. So I think I'm going to record one of those videos while I'm sitting here thinking about some, and I will continually record that, but I'm just going to call it Juice Talk, and I'll be sipping on a juice while I'm doing that. So I will see you guys tomorrow. I feel really good actually, so hopefully this continues, but you know, I'm hoping for a less eventful day tomorrow, so I'll see you then.